Hello, I got a wet hop beer, my first one of the year, might be my only one. Maybe if Lagunitas releases one, we'll see. But this one is Drip from Tilted Barn, and I made a trip to the Tilted Barn in Rhode Island. Cool place, and man, they sure do focus on IPAs at Tilted Barn. So many. They have some other beers, but they do just lots of these. So this one uses Strata and Cascade hops. They said the hops are from Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Pacific Northwest. I'm assuming the Strata comes from the Pacific Northwest. Most of those newer varieties, they only really grow there. I think because they don't grow well other places. And the Cascade seems like they grow that in New England. So that's probably where they're coming from. And this is almost exactly a month old. I had it on tap and it still seemed like it had that special wet hop thing, and they filled this to the brim. Just got beer on me. Yeah, a lot of people say that the wet hop IPAs really lose their special wet hop character pretty fast. And if you don't know, it's all beer uses dried hops or hop products. And wet hops, they just have to be picked and shipped very, very fast before they start degrading or getting moldy or whatever. So that's the deal with this one. So they have to add a lot of hops because there's actually more water in them, and it takes up a lot of your beer. A lot of beer just gets stuck in there. So it's a little bit hard to use, but I've had a lot of good ones, and this one is looking quite hazy. When I had it on draft, it seemed a little less hazy. You can sort of see the shadow of my finger through there. And it's a nice pale golden. Pretty good looking. Had some big soapy bubbles on top, but it looks like it's a little denser underneath there. Did I say it's called Drip? And it's 6.8%? 6.3 actually. So there you go. I don't know if I've had a wet hop beer with Strata in it before. It seems like it's a slightly different style than Tilted Barn's normal thing. A lot of Tilted Barns are really in your face, really hazy, quite bitter. This one, it's almost smelling better from the can. It smells good. It has a good tropical quality from the Strata. It's like juicy tropical, a little dank. Cascade is keeping it sort of cool and citrusy. Yeah, that smells pretty good. It's not exactly an explosive smell. Maybe once I can get my nose in the can more, but I really like the way it smells. Not much yeast quality, just like, yeah, it's like got a little bit of that canned pineapple and peach thing, but in a different way than Citra and Mosaic has that quality. But it doesn't smell like it's going to be all sweet and like cooked fruit. It still smells bright and fresh. Oh yeah, that's good. I just got it. I just made the can a little bit too cold. Yeah, it's a little bit sticky, icky. Yeah, this seems less bitter and more tropical fruity than when I had it on tap. I wonder if that's because the can lost some of that wet hop quality. Not really. I'm getting this. So one big thing that people say is like chlorophyll, which it's hard to explain that. It's this cooling, zesty green quality. And I also get like a perfumey thing too. And those might be some of the things you lose when you dry out a hop. Yeah, like my mouth seems like it's like minty, I guess. That's probably a good way to say it. Not like menthol or like I describe a menthol eucalyptus type thing from a lot of beers, especially like Galaxy beers. And this is not that. It's more of a cooling mint. But yeah, I chilled this beer a little too much. The can was at room temperature and I threw it in the freezer, which is a great way to cool off cans, but they can get too cold pretty fast. But that's nice. It's like the finish, there's just not a lingering bitterness or like smack of hops in your face like a lot of Tilted Barn beers do. And there's a little bit of a leafy character, a little bit almost like oxidized or something, which you might get from the wet hops. This over 24 hours of raw wet product might start getting oxidized. I don't know. And it's not super sweet. Maybe you'll get more sweet as I drink it. Let's see. I wonder if there's going to be some sediment in here. But this does remind me of Lagunitas' Born Yesterday. They used to do this 6-pack wet hop IPA every year, distributed nationally, and it was reasonable price, easy to get, really good. And then they decided to stop doing it, and they do 4-packs of this thing called Contents Under Fresher last year that was not good. Didn't sell. Maybe that was 2 years ago. And last year they just didn't do anything. They, have been extremely bought out, and I don't know what. They probably have people who aren't beer people figuring out the marketing and planning for them now. There's like honey, like a sweet honey type floral thing in there too, which maybe there's extra floral notes from the wet hops. They don't really tell you anything on their Instagram. They gave you info on the hops and stuff. But I think this is the first year that they're going to be doing the wet hop IPA, so this is kind of a generic description. Yeah, guys, I just got this a little too cold. I think I'm not getting the full fruity experience. But I'm still noticing some unique qualities to it, like that cooling honey sort of thing. But it's not Ricola cough drop sort of stuff like that, which can sometimes come with those flavors. Yeah, I find it more easy to drink than their other beers. And I don't know if they use a different yeast. They don't really say. It might be the same one. There's just less biotransformation because of these hop varieties, especially Cascade. A lot of varieties, they need to have the ability to biotransform and create this haze, and the haze will bring with certain flavors. And the Strat is definitely doing it a little bit, and I'm getting some juicy tropical stuff. But then these interesting green qualities. Now finally I'm getting the hop oils are drawing out my tongue a bit, but I feel like this isn't as in your face and hoppy as their other beers, but I still really like it. I'm really glad that I was able to get this one. This is a really good kind of, probably a hybrid between classic wet hop, clean beers from across the country and a New England style hazy beers. But the haze and the yeast profile is not so big that it's covering up the wet hop thing. That's why a lot of hazy brewers don't even do them. Like Treehouse just does wet hop pilsners, which they take longer to make. So are you going to lose the wet hop quality? Whatever. This is really nice. This is a 4.35 for me, maybe. It's really good.